let's talk about what's going on in the world. Look at that, isn't it pretty? It's so pretty. Love it to death. Oh, so love it. So glad I got the best birthday present in the world. And I bought it for me. Love that for me. Anyways, so yeah, I know my nails, I need to get them done. I don't understand the United States. We have a person in office who is beyond disrespectful. Like, truly disrespectful. Let's see. Let's go with a story time of why I disliked Trump. Before, people who were racist would think before they said anything. And now that we have someone in office who lets them know that, hey, you're not going to get in trouble for what you say or what you think. Go right on ahead. Just say it right on out loud. Because, let's see, where did I go? So I went to a restaurant with me and my hubby, who just so happens to not be black, that I'm not gonna say what the restaurant is, but it's a seafood place, but I don't go there anymore. First the waitress comes up to the table and she stands there and she takes her sweet time, because I'm breaking down for you. It was me and my husband, and it's him. We were male, female, black, white. The table across from us was male, female, white, black. So the female was white, the guy was black. Then there was an Asian and a white guy, Asian woman and a white guy, and then there was like a Hispanic woman and a black guy. Somehow we were all in the same section. When we sat down, I overheard the woman behind me talking about how they hadn't been waited on and they were waiting for their waitress to show up. And I was like, oh, this is gonna be a problem. Oh Lord, I said, this is gonna be forever. So what I noticed was the waitress came and she waited on my husband, the white female, and the white male. He was the one with the Asian one. Waited on them. Then brought them their drinks. I was still looking at the menu, so I really wasn't paying attention, and did not wait on anybody else of any kind of color. So me being me, because this is like 20 minutes and some change, and my husband had ordered an appetizer, so I got up, went to the counter, got a glass, and said, hey, can I get a Sprite? And the bartender said, what section are you in? And I told him. He said, oh. So he gave me a Sprite, and I went and sat down. And then the other people were like, the one woman was like, well, I guess I'm gonna have to get up and get my own drink too. So I got back up and I said, what you want? So I asked the other couples who were at the other tables, I asked them what they wanted, and I went to the tables, went and got their drinks. Like I worked there. Went and got their drinks, brought it back to them, and I went back up to the counter and I said, hey, can I put in my appetizer order? Because I don't know where my waitress is, maybe y'all are busy. And he said, it's just y'all 4 tables. We ain't busy. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I said, your waitress might have a little problem. So we go. So he said, look, can you do me a favor? Just tell me what everybody wants. I'll put the orders in and I'll bring it out. He said, no, you know what? I'm not going to bring it out. I'm going to call the manager. And I said, okay, fine. So I got everybody's orders. I went up to the counter and I told him. And the manager is standing off to the side. And the manager was like, You don't work here. Why are you behind the bar? What is going on? I said, well, ain't seen my waitress since I got here. And if I'm here, I'm trying to spend my money so I can get me something to eat. Because trying to eat because I'm trying to live my fat people dreams. So the manager, he starts laughing. He said, I am so glad you were not upset. I said, why am I going to get upset? I get this a lot. And your waitress is a young black female who seems to think that her opinion matters. I've been married over 10 years. You having a problem with my relationship don't mean nothing to me. I don't care. So the manager, he brings out all our food. He tells us all our food is comped. We don't have to pay for anything. And he's going to throw in a dessert. And I was like, okay, fine. And my husband said, what did you do? I said, I didn't do nothing. I went up there and ordered my food. And he was like, he said, only you can do this. I said, so what the whole purpose of this whole story is, I don't get problems from black people, from older black people, or white people in general. I get problems from young black females who seem to think that they can dictate who I should and should not be with, or whatever. And that seems to be the whole problem with society anyway. You can't tell people how they can live in their own house. If you don't agree with something, you just don't agree with it. It doesn't matter. No one cares. I'm just letting you know. No one cares. Black, white, pink, purple, gay, straight, non-binary, whatever. No one cares. As long as whatever you doing ain't hurting nobody else, I don't care. If you happy with you, be happy with you. Why does everybody seem to think that their opinion is the only opinion? It's like, what the hell? Really? What the hell? I don't get it myself, but okay. Do I think that Trump's gonna get impeached? No. Too many rich people are backing him for him to get kicked out of office. It's real simple. Do those same people who are in office now gonna have a job next year? No. The reason why is because they're gonna vote wrong. That's all it is. People don't care about that. Republicans, Democrats are never on the same page, which is so wrong. Bottom line is everybody has their own agenda, their own things. Are they even thinking about the American people? No. Are they thinking about the fact that the world hates us? But Trump does have one good thing. I am going to say that. He managed to make countries that hate each other unite in their hatred of him. Which is so bad. Which is so wrong on so many levels, but you know, it is what it is. It's sad. And then when everybody's talking about how we need a woman president, that's not going to happen. Not because I don't want a woman president, because that's not it. There are other countries in the world that we deal with on a regular basis that do not see women the same way women are seen in the United States. And in order for us to be a superpower, we have to basically cater to other customs. That's why we can't have a woman president, because they will not be respected the same way that they would be in the United States. I'm not saying it's right. I'm not. But basically what we're trying to do by making a woman a president is shoving it down somebody else's throat when that is not how their culture is. And that's disrespectful to their culture and customs and all that other stuff. So no, I don't think we'll have a woman president right now, because other countries are changing some of their cultural norms and stuff like that, but it's still really early for them and it's not a good idea. What else is going on? That whole, I'm not even going to go into that one because let's not even go into the R. Kelly mess, because last time I checked, if you were already tried and found not guilty, you ain't guilty, but whatever. And how are you going to try someone using the same evidence that he was proven not guilty by? Isn't that double jeopardy to try him for the same things or whatever? Maybe I just don't know the rules or how stuff works, but okay. Let's see what else. Yeah, I'm trying to. Yeah, my hair is a mess. That's about it, really. Finally got some donuts that didn't suck. Go me. And they were cheap because Krispy Kreme is the devil. Nobody likes that. That is just straight up sugar, and I don't know why people like Krispy Kreme. Ugh. I like Dunkin' coffee. I'm not a real big fan of that. I only like one Dunkin' donut, and that's the Bavarian cream one, which you can just basically rip it in half and spread the little cream stuff around it. It's not cream, it's like a pudding. That's the only one I want. I don't really want any other donuts, but you know how that works. What else? That's it, really. I don't like everybody else being in everybody else's business. But I still find it fascinating how we can accept a transgender person before we can accept somebody who, when they were young and dumb, did something where technically they now have a felony, but it was over 10 years ago and they're still being punished for the same thing. It's like, that's Michael Vick all day. This man served his time, paid his fine, and has since done nothing but try to help the community and several other people, and you have not heard of him doing anything crazy in the news, unlike some other people, but he's still being punished. I'm not saying what he did was right, because it wasn't. I'm not saying that any way, shape, or form was it right, but he did his time and paid for it. Let that man alone. Let it go. Seriously, he's created a charity. He's created charities. He's done nothing but try to do right. Because when you're young and dumb, because he was dumb, and that's what happens when you give young people a whole lot of money, and then you got a whole lot of people around them saying, ain't nothing wrong with what you're doing. Keep doing it. And then nobody tells you anything until you get in trouble. It's like, you shouldn't have done that. Money make people funny. Well, that's all I have to say about all that stuff. It's just fascinating to me. It's fascinating because I always thought that once you did your time, was it paid your debt to society, that you've done everything and you're supposed to be good now. But that's not how it works, apparently. And that's sad. People are foolish, like really, really foolish. Alrighty, subscribe and all that loveliness. Alright, bye.